Yeah, it's a beautiful day today. Sun is out. We're gonna chop it up, man. God, the gods, the astral world. It's a funny place, man. I'm gonna tell you about this experience. So we get to probably share experiences, and some of it could probably, you know, help you on your journey as you navigate through life spiritually. Well, my astral journey's been the same as how I usually been telling you. It's really been learning Lords of the Rings, me learning chakras, overlaying the astral world with these rings that in my philosophy, if I was to be writing my book, which I will be in my late 60s, in my later years, when I extract myself from the external world and tell the truth, that's all. You'll learn that everything here is circles. It's hidden circles that our mind can't perceive yet because of our desires. And so it only really is offered to maybe everybody when their Kundalini activate. Kundalini is serious, That's what I'm going through with a lot of different circumstances that, people actually that is going through psychotic episodes or different episodes. It could be from depression. There's many, many forms of it, manifests itself in all type of ways. So I could assess and then help people. So the rings, like we're talking about, is I research. I look hard for things, or really I don't look hard, but they direct me to things with the holy scriptures, all holy book. I'm not saying the Bible, but I love the Bible, and all holy scriptures is actual ancestral knowledge if you could read them between the lines to figure out what it's trying to say. So for me, I would rather read that and study that, and my spirit, my soul, the beings inside of me could decipher it and put it in real world talk and understand it to me so I can make sense out of it. And to me, that's where we get science from. Occultism started off science by them going into the, you could say, biophysiology and psychic of a person, excuse me, and pulling out philosophies. That's where you get Plato, Aristotle. All these people became our modern science. Einstein, Tesla, all of them had this occult information that they transferred into science. Without philosophy, there would be no science. Like, if we don't leave some philosophy now, there ain't going to be no future science to research. And what they're telling us, they're not going to tell us. So on that note, the rings is everything to me. So with it now, it's a whole nother journey that I tell you is Kundalini, going in the snake, the opening of the mouth of the Egyptian ritual where you invert into cells. That's what I do. So I see it on Netflix and movies, and we take these journeys and we go to sleep as dreams, but we don't actually do it consciously and awake. And I do it consciously and awake, but I don't overlay it with mental projections, meaning you have your cousin in the dream, you have trees in the dream, you have this. I see the whole matrix pattern. It's back. It's like a purplish pattern. Straight like that. How is that possible? Easy. Because you talking about starlight, the prominence. It's like a magenta color, purplish, burgundy-ish, in that range. You see that in basic blood when you look. And so anyways, once you can see the net or the pattern, in there is star system, constellations, different dimensions. Everything is in there now. You're in your own body, your chakra system. What you see as a physical body is a hologram. And you become a subatomic particles like adamant. That's why you feel yourself shrink, or you could body double and go in there if you're conscious about it. And so these journeys is all about going to the skull. They have it as Golgotha and a whole bunch of talk, but you're in a journey through your body, with you being the Christ or whatever you want to call it. When you understand all these meanings and definitions, it helps you because it actually occurs when your Kundalini activate. It's not like you do it on purpose. It just happens when you reach a certain evolutionary stage for us Kundalini babies. It don't happen in any type of particular race or color because it's internal. We all have an external body that differs, but inside is still the soul, and the soul still have the same type of law to it. If you didn't untie the knots of your nadis, take the journey through your chakras, you ain't completed. If you ain't go to the underworld, you didn't do nothing more than idle your life away. Because that's the real journey. Outside in the regular external world, it's like it's built to even unlock you in those ways. So you're built to go through stress, sorrow, pain. No matter who you think it is, you go love from your child. The first thing will happen when you come out the womb, you get the shit slapped out of you, and reality come into you. Then you get punished by your parents. All they do is punish you because you have to do what they say or program you. So you live a life of sorrow and pain, but it's designed purposely that to unlock your soul. So, you know, it's like the movie Raising Cain. He puts them underneath the closet and you get sub-personalities. So you have sub-personalities inside of you called Devis if you was to use Sanskrit. But in our talk, we call Devis devils. And we equate it to one person, which is three: Satan, Lucifer, the devil, whichever one you want to call it. These is different chakras, gods. One will have a scepter, one will have a crown, one will be on the throne, and so forth. Adonai, all of them have different names, but they're guardians of spheres. You know, the earth is composed of many circles. Inside circles, you count these as hemisphere, lithosphere, atmosphere. All these different spheres is actually this firmament with pressure building up. As you go up, it's going to take more pressure to go up till you hit the final one that we call a firmament, which is just the outer exterior of a cell. It's literally hard to crack. It could be, you could pass it, and I'm sure they master and unpass it, but it's what we will try to do as novice and will get stuck and sent back down. So anyways, the journey has been with the chakras, going into this Kundalini, and once you're in there, it's like you're in a cave. It spirals and spirals, and you go through different frequencies, and you go into different parts of your body. It fluctuates between frequencies of how your perception is. You can see flesh, you can see just bone, you can just see it as a whole astral world. But you're being guided. You're not there. Your spirits guide you. You didn't come here by yourself. There's many spirits on you. And all of these spirits come together and they take you on a journey that's so real, which is whatever you're experiencing right now. Your spirits is guiding you. We lost all of that and we just follow beliefs and our will and our pleasure and our desires. So our spirits disassociate from us. And you know, that's the problem with a lot of people here. We just bombarded by signals from everywhere, else signals from the lights, from everything. It's stopping you from actually having an activation. And that's what it's all about. Everything in this world is designed to prevent you from having an activation. That's why they built America for us, as a non-activation place. Anything real is taken away from you. Trees is put in a national place and nobody could come and do it. Aside from that, all the other trees are artificial or genetically made so that it don't have no real effect on you. So that's why a lot of things happen. The food is GMO because it won't have no effect on you. The sun is blocked out with chemtrails so it don't have no effect on you. CERN is defending the earth over the United States because wherever else they got them set up from entities, beings, angels, God, from them. They're fighting them up there. That's why it's a gate around the United States that go all the way up into space. Well, you need an invisible gate for because they know what they're doing. But as you can see if you're watching the news, a lot of strange things is happening in space, in the sky. All of that equates to the angelic beings doing whatever they have to do. They run everything. No matter what you do, it's inevitable. But now, everything now, once you get into the Kundalini and you understand how I'm saying it works now, a lot of us automatically get dragged into a world where we fighting against spirits, dark entities, dark demons, and don't understand it. That's a Kundalini activation that is like a test for you. Once you finish everything, you're going to always have that with you forever, and you'll be able to use it to go to different places, see your family, whatever concern you. It's an ability that gives you the ability to see it, to perceive it. It gives you telekinesis, psychic abilities, and a whole bunch of other things too. You could do power suggestion. It's like the magic of all magic to introduce you to the occult world. When you start reading now occult books, they'll make sense to you. So it's like your Kundalini have to activate for you to understand the Bible, occult books, or religious text. All of a sudden they'll make sense to you because you're in a world of that world now. You're facing that. So that's why you have two groups of people, the believers, non-believers, the knowers. It's all categorized by people who see. The ones who see, the first thing that happens when your Kundalini activate, it tells you don't talk. Don't tell nobody. These are instructions. Follow them. Don't say nothing. So the reason is because some of us is not have soul in us. Some of us just have an astral body, and our astral body compels us just like a regular human being, but inside of us is nothing, so it's dark. Those type of people is made by the beast and created by the beast and only have beastly ways. You see them, it's in society with us, and a lot of us empaths, a lot of us people have to defend ourselves against those type of people. So on that note now, the astral journey is now me facing the beast. The beast is just popped up out of nowhere. It looks like the beast in X-Men, but like dragonish, it sticks out. I got pictures of it on my Facebook, and I'm telling you, the way this occurred, this takes back now to the video I put up with my uncle when I posted that video. Well, if you notice, he had caught thyroid and everything, but the events that led up to me going to go see him was kind of weird. You know, I encountered my neighbor because, you know, I'm hermetic and I'm aesthetic too. I practice that for a ritual. That's my lifestyle. And so I don't interact with people because of alchemy. You know, I'm alchemical. Don't even say I do alchemy. I am alchemy. I don't interact with people. They teach you that. It comes as a download. Nobody could be around. You can't interact with people. And so I lived that life for years now. That's how I'm used to. But, you know, coming across now music, doing everything, I interact with my neighbors and everything. And so everything now started changing where you exchange macabres. You get into, you know, affection for people or whatever. You get into a relationship with friends. Y'all become friends. You start sharing macabre. And so, you know, whatever is in one macabre comes into your macabre too. So with that now, it's all these spirits, all these things that brought up the beast as my new teacher. Well, it's kind of different. Yeah. We would think the beast would be something, well, I guess nobody would have an imagination of what would be the beast, because I don't. I never thought of it as a mundane evil to say, what does it do? Well, from what I see, it just shows itself. I see these teeth in his face, but it's not of me. You know, all my beings, all my ancestors, all the guys I work with got teeth like mine. Mr. Teeth is in the same place. Everything is the same. That's how you know your genetic line. And when I see the beast, he got his teeth all perfect with the fang. It's like, nah, this ain't right. So I've been investigating it. But it's like he's in the background. He just show himself. He just stand there and look at you. He just been standing there, but I'm looking at the trees. And all of a sudden I notice this is there. And with the teeth, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who is you? And it won't say nothing, it don't do, just stand there intimidating with its hands crossed. So, you know, by now, B, let me tell you, out of instinct, you know, the most peaceful guy, it was like between the horsemen, because that's my spirit. That's who I am in the spirit world, the black horseman. It's like that trained me how to defend myself. Something that I was taken out of the astral world. When I run around and take out arguments, disagreements, break that out of people. All of a sudden, I'm the one now who have to defend myself. Something that I'm totally against and trying to change in this world spiritually. And so now, my first real incident was now with the beast. All of a sudden, these strange creatures, looking like humans, start appearing. First, it'll flash as a human. I'm thinking it's a regular person to overlook it. Then it just turned into some crazy looking thing that's not of my macabre. So that put me into like, what's going on? These is coming now probably in 3-minute meditations, just clear as this image is right here. Some of it was taking me from like where I'm at in my astral. I'm from America, so everything is Americanized. I see everything there. But lately, I'm in Jamaica. So that's a red flag right there. What the fuck my macabre me doing in Jamaica? I don't have nothing to do with Jamaica. So I'm seeing Jamaicans and I'm like, nah, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. But you know what? The Father, the Creator, He don't do no mistakes. He knows exactly what He's doing. So me not knowing now, I'm trying to avoid it. It's like, nah. So I'm not going to meditate. I'm not doing this. Something ain't right. I'm figuring this the bond between me and the neighbor or whatever is spilling over into my macabre. So let me just chill and break the bond and maybe everything would subside. So it's just funny now. All of a sudden, something just said, go see your uncle. Take him some food. Bring this, bring that. Yo, I had a fish about as long as my arm, B. And mad yams, potatoes, all that shit. Boom. I took it up there. This nigga opened the door. He's shaking just like this, like how I'm doing. Everything is shaking. I'm like, what the fuck happened to you, huh? And it looked like something just took him over. Like he couldn't pull himself together. It just was shaking. Hello? And so after that, now I grab him. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he shows me, he got a ring similar to mine, but he got a Star of David on it. He said it burned his finger and all this. I told him to take that shit off and threw it away. And I took my chain off and I wrapped it around his hand. And I told him to stretch it out. And he's like this. But after a few minutes, he's like, oh, shit. Oh, okay. And it stabilized him. He stopped shaking. We did our thing. We ate. We did everything. Now, that's when I realized, wait a minute, something else is going on. You know, everybody's coming to me, like between my neighbors, my other neighbor, and about these attacks. So I go down there and I say, run down to my neighbor now. I'm like, wait a minute, now I'm interested in hearing what's going on here. What is all this? So he's telling me the story. He's in my macabre. We're in the macabre, and yeah, I'm doing good and I'm protected and I'm high up there, probably God's that. He's calling me, it's not saying nobody ever could call anybody that, but he's telling me I'm at the God status over everything. And that's where I fucked up at. That was it. Like, you all right, but everybody else ain't all right. We fucked up. These things is attacking us. That's when I start hearing the stories of the Masons, the hotels, using the people while these things are sucking on everybody, taking everybody's energy. This beast that I'm just seeing now that is here just living off of everybody. At that same time, I was looking through my uncle's picture album and I see an old picture of my grandmother. And, you know, I zoom in. I know spirits, I know how they work. Sure enough, I see the beast right there in the window. Teeth, everything like how I always have them. I'll probably post a picture on my Facebook or in this YouTube. You'll see it. If you want to see these pictures, that is the beast. I'm going to post all of them up so you can see that it's fucking with me or following me or it's just messing with me right now. Because that's what this video is about. Because I thought this was a joke. You think that's the funny thing why I came out to, I was laughing to myself because I thought this was a joke. I'm going to tell you why it's not a joke. So, now I see it in the picture of with my grandmother. This is old, long ago. So, this is nothing new. What he's saying is actually coming to me. So, I said, okay, cool. You know, we spoke, but it was more, what could we do about it? Let's gather together and go attack this and do that. And I'm like, no, because you see the beast. He's like, yeah. So I said, you see it where? In the spiritual world? Yeah. He's like, yeah. So it's not physical, so it has to be done in the spiritual. So anyways, we wind up now where I said, all right, I'm going to go deal with this. I'm going to go see what's going on. Because one thing, I see all the beings, the bad, the good, whoever, but they can't do nothing to me. I did what I had to do. It has no effect on me. So boom. Now I go and I get into meditation and I see my neighbor, you know, and so we always see each other. You know, we go to Egypt, we do a lot of things, you know, and we talk. It's crazy. Y'all don't want to know. Trust me, it's mind-boggling. Yo, I'm learning all this from him, just telling me what we did the night before and everything, and certain things, you know, certain thoughts is actually two people communicating. It's not thoughts. We was communicating. He's like, yo, you remember we said this and this and this and this? And like, yeah, I thought it was just thoughts. I said, I figured out how it worked now. So yeah, sometimes you think you're thinking and you debating something with somebody, your spirit and their spirit is talking. Sometimes arguments. Most of the time, like you get into an argument after you finish and you reflecting back on it, your spirit go back and revisit the situation, go back with that same person's spirit, and both of y'all are still at it in y'all heads and don't know y'all communicating with each other. Well, that's just a little tip I'm putting y'all on. Think about it. and it's real. But that's not all of it. So now, all this is happening. Yeah, we go all over. He's teaching me that I'm only half of it. When we go in there, he has half of the map of Egypt, and the other half is with me. But I'm in my own little astral, and you have to get my attention, make me open my eyes to project or whatever. So anyways, we do it. But this time now, I consciously go and I go through the eye. When I go through his eye, we're in heaven. I know I was in heaven. I was in heaven maybe 3 years ago. Man, when I got through, all of a sudden the angels start clapping. A bunch of angels start clapping. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's like, I know I passed, I graduated. Whenever they come and clap, you got it. You figured it out. You've probably been doing it in a loop all your life until you figure it out. Then they clap, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So me avoiding something was the fuck up. I was supposed to have faced it because it was coming from multiple angles, just one direction I could go. But I'm trying to avoid all the angles, thinking I had to avoid it. But all angles led to one thing, including all of my neighbors was up there, like as higher beings, but I could still recognize them. They don't look the same, but you can still see their essence in like their physicals. I'm like, that's you? And that's you? And sure enough, they took me in heaven that I saw maybe 2-3 years ago. I said it in a video where they first flew me over. And then when I started messing with the Christ stuff, I was in there where I saw everything. I was in there probably a good 6 months, but I had left a long time ago. I'm back to doing just my body. That's all I really do is do chakra work on my body. I mean, it's a big hologram of myself, fixing my face, my eyes, all down my throat, my esophagus, fixing everything. It's like you're doing it cell by cell, or this is light shining through, bringing things alive. And there's spirits, everything, all types of craziness, man. You could say the primordial man is inside of you. So anyways, now, as they take me through this beautiful journey of the most, it was like you're looking first at like mountains that's so blue, so green, so emerald, so yellow, all of this mixed up, and this castle-like structures, and it's medieval in this kind of overtone, but still retro and different. It's like a whole nother world, and there is mad other beings. So I'm seeing all this like, wow, they're gatekeepers. So for me, it's an ascension. I passed the gatekeeper. So now we in there. Everything is going all good now. And he and I think my other neighbor take me someplace. I actually literally saw them stretch their hand to me. And my meditations, forget about it. If we was to do it, there has never been a sitting meditation for me for now 2.5 years. It's like I have to do the things that is actually done. So sometimes I have to walk here, turn over here, stretch my hand, take things like this. So this one, they raised their hand, I had to take their hand. Once I gave them my ethereal hand, because we got 2 hands. Your real hand is probably 1 inch away in front of your hand. And so once they touch that, it's like you just turn into a light. And we was on a journey. I was like back into the cave or back in matter. And we went to go see this being. This being looked like Bizarro. The old Bizarro from Superman. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's like sitting at some table eating. But like the way this meditation is going, my hands is, I do rune. It's all part of one system. I would look like a wizard or some crazy shit if you see me doing this shit. A mannequin frozen as a wizard as I'm twisting mad and doing this shit. It's bugged out. But it's not me. I just leave my body and it does its own thing. Straight like that. So now, it's like we dealing with this Bizarro looking thing. And he's like, it looked like he was eating or something. Because it's like kind of throwing off my perception a little bit. This is all happening in real time. Meaning like I'm overlaid with my background, like if everything here, but it's like an overlay too. So if I take my attention off of what I'm doing, I will break in and see reality. But if I break in and see reality, that don't mean what's happening stopped. It's still taking place. So you can't unfocus. You be messed up. And that's why I'm telling you, it got real. So now he comes and I look, he start taking my finger and putting it towards his mouth. It's just him putting it in his mouth. So I'm like, yo, within that few seconds before he gets in his mouth, the whole Solomon Gotia started playing out in my head for some reason. It's like that just take me there. And I remember the little boy, he worked for Solomon and he was getting skinny. So Solomon asked him, why you getting so drawn and skinny? And he told him that, you know, it was some demon that comes every night and suck on his finger and take his pay. So he went and prayed to the angel Michael. And Michael, after about a day or a week, gave him a ring and told him, use this ring. Tell him, you know, to come to Solomon. So Solomon took the ring and gave it to the boy and told him, yo, next time you see him, throw the ring on his chest and tell him Solomon won him. So he did that, and the demon came back with him to Solomon. And then Solomon, you know, questioned him and then put him in the ring. All of a sudden, I said, get him. All of a sudden, you see God come down and just big ball of light, and then you see the darkness come down with the black horsemen come, and it's a wrestle going on. It's like everything just grabs on it to try to form a circle, a chakra, to like put it into a logo where you push in the middle to push it into a logo. So now it's like you pushing, you feel like your head is in a vice grip squeezing, and then they're trying to push your head through a needle. So I'm taking all this pressure, and I'm like, nah, this is crazy. And it just do it till the light just poof, cut off. Everything stopped. Yo, I stopped listening. I said, what the fuck I just experienced? What is this? Let me tell you, the next day now, I go and I thank my neighbors. I thank everybody because they ascended me. Oh, that wasn't good. Hey, higher beings like me or higher? Wow, now they know what time it is. Let me tell you. You will see that after that now, I started figuring out there was more to this thing, what's going on. You see, it's a lot of people out here, what I learned, could actually project their spirit and bad mind your situation, give you bad luck. It's like you tell a person, I'm going to the store and I'm going to go put this out and make this happen. And they target your place, target you through their mind, and your shit don't work out for you. You don't get no luck. Everything don't work out because you're telling everybody your business, people who pretend to be your friend, and they actually want to do you damage. So you have to learn, don't tell your business. Don't tell nobody nothing what you're doing, because we think we're the body. Don't realize we're the soul. And with our soul, got 1,000, maybe 100,000 spirits that work in your favor that some of these people know how to use. Most people do magic, witchcraft, practice the craft, doing them altars. They have a spirit that is very powerful, a powerful will that's dominant, that actually could control other people. But they don't know how they do it. Everybody have a peaceful spirit in Macabre, but when it gets disrupted by a stronger and dominating spirit, it takes over your Macabre, sucks all the energy out, and then leave you there shaking all fucked up. So you got to be careful of like energy vampires, succubuses, anything like that, because it works in its own way that even if you don't mean to give it, it's going to take it anyway. It don't have nothing to do with you. It don't have nothing to do with fear. It don't have nothing to do with nothing. It just is a system that works. You don't have to be angry, hate, love, nothing. That's just how it works. So you do got to be careful when you interact with people or whatever the case may be. So now, this made me concerned about like just what's going on over here on this place. And ever since then, let me tell you, my meditations is just like catching creatures, catching beasts. The beast he don't come by himself. He comes with a whole bunch of invisible things that he's gonna be the decoy, because you're gonna look at him while the other things attack you. So after that one encounter of like catching that one spirit, I'm thinking it's a joke. So I go back to my meditation. I'm thinking I'm working on my body and the chakras. It's the same thing again. So I'm like, what the hell is this? Now remember, I did the video Shaman Sweep. All these is like new things that's uncomfortable to me that I didn't want to encounter, but I have to encounter. So this one now is like, I went from doing a Shaman Sweep, to now that's the whole thing, just to catch these things that, like, say you're looking at the trees, it's something there. Like me, you would never see me that is actually sucking on your finger, or sucking on your toe, or sucking on your ribs, sucking on your neck, doing something that is attached, but you look admiring something. So I had to be able to catch myself, because you don't remember these things, that you're you could say a vampire hunter in there. And so you just enjoying the thing, doing what you normally do. Then you realize one is going to attach to you at the last few seconds, and you have to grasp it like with the ring. And once you grasp it, it's done. You have to know the two forces to call upon to do what you have to do. I'm giving y'all some inner secrets that probably going to get me in trouble spiritually, but you know what I'm saying? The only reason you got to remember, it says you can't give the knowledge or give holiness to dogs. They'll only trample on it. It's a true statement. You understand? So that's why you can't get everything raw, you know, shit. We'll work it out, though. I'm like Osho with this. We'll work it out. But let me tell you, once you learn all of this, then my journey now became just that. Defending. Always defending now for the past 3 weeks. Just self-defense. Like, things is in my macabre that is pretending to be something else, and I catch it and I get it out. So doing it, you get tired. Sometimes you wrestling with one and he's fighting with you, and they don't just work like that. They actually, all of them, every being that you see, they work in their hands. You can't see it. It's invisible. It's two hands going like this all the time, with them trying to put you to sleep. Once you catch it, you're in the astral, you're in there, whatever, or even when you're watching TV. If you ever do this, that's what make you do that. You wouldn't do that if they didn't do this stuff. I'm watching it. I study this. You understand? Because I'm from that unseen world. I'm on the other side already, but I didn't lose my human side. I'm not here telling you about no witchcraft, no demon shit. None of that shit. I'm telling you as a researcher that is on the other side, the occult side, that actually paying attention to bring back sensible data for people to understand why these things is such as God, Jesus, the Bible, angels, demons. It's real. This is what, 2019 going on 2020, and I'm coming up fresh telling you all this is real. So if it was some way to say dismiss it all because there hasn't no reports, nothing come up, well, it's right here. Tell me about my story. Why it's not real? Shit. I give you a whole bunch of people out here who's going through that. So, you know, just to make it 100 with y'all and y'all understand. I like this picture right here. See the being behind me? It's supposed to be the man on the throne. Notice how I start to like have a pulse, like a beat. Hate to leave you, but we have to go. You see the mouth in the middle? This will be the teeth in the mouth to show my breed. You understand? See, teeth be missing. Yeah, you wanna... Now you see my God right there. Coming in. You see, this is eyes right here. One eye up here. These will be the eyes. You see the cheekbone? It's the cheekbone. It's the forehead up here. See the forehead all the way up here? That's the forehead. This my ring. That's how we do Solomon thing. See the shape of the face? See the forehead up here? It's the forehead. Look like mine, see? Yeah. You see how the face is coming up now? These will be the eyes, the ears, the hair up here. That's the forehead. You see it? You got the shine right there. Every forehead, when they do, that's what I mean. Anyways, let me get back to this because we got to finish the story.